Good morning, everyone. This is Deborah Anderson from Chakra Shaka with another lesson, blessing, and hopefully a message. Father, I ask that you come into the room and you speak to me and through me that someone may get a lesson, blessing, or message. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed will be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, the kingdom, and the glory forever and ever. Hallelujah. Yah has not given us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Any tongue that rise against us in judgment, Yah shall condemn. For we are the righteousness and the inheritance of the Most High Yah. Hallelujah. First, I'm going to read you a poem by Maya Angelou, and then we're going to go into the lesson. The poem is called Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me down in the very dirt, but like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like the sun and moon with certainty of tides. Just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bow down head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sexiness offend you? Don't take it to heart, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like life, I'll rise. Does my haughtiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I got diamonds at the meetings of my thighs? Out of the history's shame, I rise up from a past that's rooted in deep pain. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bury in the tides. Leaving behind nights of terrors and fears, still I rise into a daybreak that wondrously clears the morning skies, still I rise. To bring the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream, I am the hope of Judah, the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Hallelujah. Thank you guys for listening. All right, we're going to get right into the lesson. The lesson today is coming from the book of Isaiah, chapter 18, verses 1 through 7. This was prophecy against the Ethiopians. So let's start reading at verse 1. It said, Woe unto the land shadowing with the wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. So there was a land that was past Ethiopia, and it sounds like you can hear wings of some type. I guess angel wings, but you can hear like flapping of wings in this land. But anyway, it was past Ethiopia. But this people from this land, in verse 2, they sent out ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of bulrush upon the water, saying, Go ye swift messengers to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from their beginning hitherto, a nation meted and trodden down, whose land the rivers have spoiled. Now, when it says the rivers have spoiled the land, that means that the river has made, like, it broke the land up. It put division between the lands, which made each little part of the dry land be a country of its own or a nation of its own. So he was talking about Ethiopia because it's all broken up and scattered up, because I guess it was so dry when some water hit it, it all cracked up and separated itself. But anyway, they sent soldiers from this land past Ethiopia. They was the ambassadors of this land. They came down the Nile, the river Nile in Egypt, in these vessels that was made out of like rope, and they was coming swift with a message when they was the ambassadors, so they was coming to represent this land. I guess it was a war or something going on, or something was happening at this time. But anyhow, he came down the Nile, but he hurried up. It looked like they turned around and went back because they had to go back and take the message back to the leaders. And it says, all ye inhabitants of the world, dwellers on the earth, see ye when he is lifted up an enzyme on the mountains, and when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye. Now it's saying all the people of the earth, everybody in the world is going to know about this situation, because it's going to be a flag that's going to be lifted up. An enzyme means a flag of some sort. It's going to be lifted up on a mountain. So I guess on the highest mountain over there in the middle, not the Middle East, but Israel, Asia, or Africa, whatever you like to call it. But there's going to be a mount on that mountain. There's going to be a trumpet blown, and he wants everybody's attention when this trumpet is blown. He wants us to turn and look and see what's going on in Ethiopia. Now it says, For so the Most High said unto me, I will take my rest. I will consider my dwelling place like a clear heat upon herbs, and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. Hallelujah. Now Father Yah said, okay, they want war, or they finna have war, they finna do something that's ungodly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch what these people are considering. I'm going to watch them from heaven. I'm going to watch them very closely and very carefully. And then he said, when the time is right, when it's harvest time, when the time is just right, he said, when the bud is perfect and when the sour grapes is ripening in the flowers, he shall both cut off the spring with the pruning hook and take away and cut down the branches. He's talking about the Ethiopians. Now he's watching them as they do all this wickedness and evilness, and at the precise time that they're thinking that they're about to get away with what they're doing, Father Yah is going to come in and he's going to cut them down like branches. He's going to cut them down to the point where they shall be left together unto the fowls of the mountain and to the beast of the earth, and the fowls shall summer upon them, and the beast of the earth shall winter upon them. Now, when it's talking about the animals, the fowls of the air summering upon them, meaning they're going to eat the flesh of these dead bodies, because it's going to be dead bodies, a lot of them. This is prophecy against Ethiopia. If this has not happened yet, get ready, Ethiopia, because the birds are going to eat the dead bodies during the summer. No one's going to clean these bodies up. These bodies are just going to be laying there, putrefying, rotting, decaying, Rick Morrison, and everything else. Hallelujah. They must have been wicked as hell. And in the wintertime, the bigger animals come out looking for food, because it's harder to find food during the winter. So they're going to come out and then they're going to winter upon them. That means the animals of the wild beasts are going to eat on them as well. Those carcasses that's going to be laying all over Ethiopia in heaps and mountains of people. And not everybody will die. Some will make it through this situation, through the prophecy. But it said, in that time shall the present be brought unto the Most High of hosts, of a people scattered and peeled, and from a people terrible from the beginning hitherto, a nation meted out of, or meted out and trodden underfoot, whose lands the rivers have spoiled, to the place of the name of the Most High Yah of hosts, the mountain of Zion. Now, this prophecy came through, this punishment was delivered, death. And those that survived, they began to respect Father Yah and bring him his offerings and his praises and his worship. Hallelujah. They began to obey and walk in the way of the Most High Yah and not out of the way. Hallelujah. Ethiopia, that was like, they was from the tribe of Cush. Yeah. And they also, because if I can recall, they was also like, there was some of them that believed like we believe. They believed in Father Yah. I don't know what happened, but today Ethiopia is one of the poorest nations, and for they trade back in the day, back in the biblical days, they was like the makers of candles, and they made candles for like 3.5 million years. They've been making candles a long time. Yeah. And before they became their religion was Judaism. They call it Judaism, but they just worship Father Yah. They were spiritual. They were spiritual people at some point. But now today we look at them as like, we consider them as a third world country due to their poverty. Yeah. And today what they believe in, they is very religious. On the other hand, they are no different from anyone else in the world. The Ethiopians, I think 67.3% of the are Roman Catholics, if I'm not mistaken, and 31.3% is Muslims. And then there's a small community of like Jewish and Protestant. They make up the others numbers. This is 100% right here, 100% Roman Catholic and Islam if you add the numbers together. But it was a small group, like I said, that was Jewish and other religion, like Protestant and, Methodist, things of that nature. But these people was wicked as hell. They did not respect Father Yah. You notice today that when we take a look at Ethiopia, the people are starving. There's a shortage of water in Ethiopia, so the people are very dehydrated. The last time I looked, that's what was going on. So it seems as if, even though they wasn't made to leave the land like we were and became slaves, they was punished just the same. They're suffering in their own countries. They're the poorest country in the world, but they have all of these people from China there. The Koreans. I wonder what they have to do with Ethiopia. But they are there, and we're not going to get into that because that ain't our business. We're on a spiritual journey here. Hallelujah. And we know that they was being disrespectful to Father Yah. And he watched them. He watched them. As the harvest time came into ripening season, he cut them down. Not to bring them into the house neither. He cut them down to burn them. Well, not to burn them, but to allow the fowls of the air and the beasts of the fields to feast off of them. Lord have mercy. But at some point, those that were left, they humbled themselves and they did end up worshiping Father Yah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, you guys. That's the end of the lesson, blessing, and messages for today. I pray that the Most High forever shine His light on you, kiss you smack dead in your forehead, open up your crown chakra and your third eye chakra, that you may see the errors of your ways and the errors of others' ways. And notice, y'all, nobody gets away. No matter how long ago they committed their offenses against Father Yah, he don't forget. He don't. He remember everything. And he told you when he take out his vengeance, he going through cleaning house. He taking vengeance on everybody that disobeyed and turned their back and act like he wasn't the one and only sovereign Lord, Yah, God. I can't say whatever you want to call him because that would be disrespectful. But you're going to do what you want to do anyway, right? Right, because you got free will. Nobody takes your will. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, you guys. I love you with the love of Yahshua. Until tomorrow. Deuces.